though.
Bully is here. Keith Bulluck,
What up,
y'all.
Bully?
What's the word?
What up,
It's
man?
been a minute.
So
It's been a crazy offseason.
It's been live.
crazy offseason. Crazy season.
I've been
3
number one
wins.
pick.
What? Oh. I thought you put your hand up.
I did to Zeph.
Sorry, we were having
Oh.
a conversation.
Oh,
Here?
okay.
So
I got
get
it.
out of my ear.
So, for those that don't know, you will be announcing the Titans' second-round pick on Friday in Green Bay. How did you find out that you had been chosen to do that? And what was your reaction?
That is a good story. That is actually funny. Josh Corey, one of the few that I still know over there.
Yeah.
Because they cutting my people left and right. Mike Keefe got the memo. Mike Keefe is like, I'm out of here. You're not getting me.
This is how you start.
I'm telling y'all right now, man. Y'all want
This is how you start.
What?
Bully is here, baby. Let's go,
What
Bully.
did I tell you back in the
Bully.
day?
So
you,
Josh
want, you
Corey-
want truth.
Go to
You
Bully.
would go put the microphone
No,
in
I
Billy's
mean,
face.
like the story, like Josh Corey called me,
Story
right?
of Corey. Yes.
But Robbie Bourne would have normally called me.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
look, they let my people, you know. Shout out to Josh, shout out to Robbie, Brent, Anthony, you know, all the good guys. But yeah,
Anchors.
so Josh called me and was like, yeah, Miss, you know, the 25th year of the Titans. Miss Amy, you know, would like for you to go to Green Bay and do the draft if you could. So I'm like, yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
We got the first pick. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, you thought it was first pick.
like we got the first pick, and then Josh is like, yeah, so on Friday night, you'll do the second pick and maybe the third pick. And I'm like, who's doing the number one pick? Eddie's coaching. You know what I mean? I was like, it might be that we're taking Cam Ward and they're going to have Warren Moon. You know, I'm doing but the commissioner does the first pick.
Yeah.
Commissioner does first pick.
First commissioner does
I like how
first pick.
optimistic Corey is that they could get back up in the second round. You could do
Well-
multiple picks.
No, for sure. Well, it didn't always be the commissioner doing the first round because VY did the first round and announced Honor Landry. So I just got to outdo my boy.
Well, that
I hope
won't
I
be
get
hard.
like John Smith or somebody like that.
That won't be hard.
So, how was your draft day? Where were you? How did you consume that day?
I hated the draft. I hated the whole draft process because it's a hoax, right? Because at the end of the day, someone like me who, like, look, my draft class, you had LeVar Arrington, Brian Urlacher, Julian Peterson,
Jeez.
John Abraham, Rob Morris. Those are the first 5 linebackers I was the 6th linebacker. Well, John Abraham was a hybrid. He was a
Hybrid, yeah.
DN outside linebacker. So that affected me as well. So I was the number 30 pick, so second to last pick, and I didn't get drafted till like 6 p.m. And the draft started at
Were you at home?
At noon. Yeah, I was at home.
So
I was
you
at
had
my
a bunch-
brother's house.
You had a bunch of people over?
I was at my brother's house. We had a bunch of people over. And then
why are you
once-
laughing?
Because, man, it just takes me back. You got people like, you sitting there, you're sweating, like whatever personal feelings you're having inwardly, no one knows outwardly.
Right.
And my whole thing is like, we had from Syracuse 4 first-round draft picks in a row. So I'm about to be the 5th. So when I didn't get drafted by Green Bay, because when I didn't get drafted there at 14 or San Francisco, I'm like, dang, the Jets had 4 picks, so I'm like, I could stay at home.
Yeah.
Wrong. So
Did you like the Giants or the Jets growing up?
Giants?
Giants.
All my friends that liked the Jets growing up came to school upset on Mondays. I promise. They have Freeman McNeil, Ken O'Brien,
Yeah.
Al Toon, Mark Gassner, like, you know the guys, but we not. Nah, ain't no gangrene. Ain't no gangrene. I don't think the Jets were good in my lifetime until Bill Parcells was like the coach there. And I think that was like with Darrell Revis and Bart
Yep.
Scott and all that. Anyway, my draft story, to sum it up, it got to about 4 o'clock pick, maybe 24, and the Saints called me and was like, has anyone called you? I'm like, no. They're like, okay, we're going to take you with the first pick of the second round. And then I was instantly tight. I didn't tell anybody. I went to the bathroom. Yeah, I was indisposed, doing a number 2. And then Jeff Fisher calls me. And he's like, yo, Jeff Fisher, Tennessee Titans.
What are you doing, KB?
Yo, and then he was like, I promise, I'm sitting on the toilet. Because my stomach was all, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
I can't imagine.
So he's like, yeah, we're going to, all right, well, stick by the phone, stick by the TV. We're going to take you with the first pick. So now I'm like, you know, I'm elated. Now I come out there, I don't even think I washed my hands. And it's funny because I have a picture of like coming out of the bathroom, coming down the hall, and like I'm high-fiving my brother. So I probably did not wash my hands. I don't even know if I went, but I know that's where I was. Because I looked at it like, yo, they're doing it to me all day, so that's a true story, bro.
So were you on the speakerphone in the war room, like sitting on the toilet, or was it just
no,
him?
it was just the phone in my hand. I think, you know.
Was it just him? Or
yeah, I mean, they were where they were.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And then the next day, they flew me in. Me and Schwartz went to Ruth Chris right here on West End. They sent me back. I went back the next day, but then, like, we got here like maybe the first week in May. Yeah. And we're here like the first week in May until June like 24th. And this is Nashville in 2000, where Shoney's was across the street from the Millennium Maxwell House. So it's like,
you weren't used to that.
Man, we're going to the facility. We're going to the facility, right back to the Millennium Maxwell House. I remember I had an autograph signing at the old Hickory Hollow Mall.
Yeah.
It was not what I expected as being a first-round draft pick in the NFL.
But where they take you right at that point for the city, that was doing it.
Yep.
Like
Back then it was.
Are you telling me in 2000 we can get an NFL first-round draft pick at the Hickory Hollow Mall?
Yeah.
I'm going to meet y'all out there. And the whip going to be clean. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's pulling everybody out. That's where the city, that just lets you know how much the city done grown now, man.
Yeah, and
that's
like,
crazy.
I definitely.
Shoney's in Hickory Hollow Mall.
Yeah,
Dude,
I definitely grew. I grew with the city because now it's like these guys don't even know how good they have it. Because after a game on Sunday, like say in 2008, after a game on Sunday.
Yeah, what were you doing?
We're going to go to my man.
TGI Fridays
Rest in peace, Doug Crow. He used to have the corner pub right here. So we go to the corner pub. He'll have the little back out, sectioned off for us. We go to the corner pub. Then you got to wait till about 10:30, 11 o'clock till like something open on. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
That's wild, man.
And then, really, when I first got here, my rookie year was Silverados and Outer Limits.
Outer Limits, boy. Ooh, that's a cool little drive about that Prism.
Palladium, all that.
Take us back, Bully. Take us back. Red carpet, all that, like that was it.
That's why I am officially the voice of the streets and the people.
No question.
You know
no
what
question.
I mean?
Silverados.
There's no question.
That was so confusing to me because they would be playing country music.
Yeah.
And then in like 4 songs, they hitting you with the hip hop.
Yeah.
It crossed
like,
right over.
Wow.
Right over.
No, it's still like
It
that.
worked out.
Yep.
It worked out.
It did work.
One more Miller Lite, please.
So you mentioned Green Bay, and who else did you mention? San Francisco.
Yeah.
Anybody else call you during the first round or like pre-draft? Did you think you didn't think you were going 30?
I didn't think I was going to Tennessee because at the end of the day, I thought I was going to go to, like, San Francisco worked me out, and then Green Bay. So Green Bay makes sense because Mark Chmura actually he got into some trouble maybe a couple of weeks before the draft, the tight end for the Green Bay Packers. He was their all-pro tight end at the time. So then they end up picking Bubba Franks in the first round, and they picked Niall Diggs in the second round. So had that not happened, I could have possibly, gone to Green Bay and possibly won the Super Bowl, but... no, let me stop.
Well,
Yeah, we were close.
Hey, you always had the outer limits.
Yeah.
Luciano said, I remember Bully used to hang out at the bar Losers. Fun times hanging out there.
I still do from time to time.
so do I.
I think I've seen
Very
you there.
different way.
What's going on, bro?
Yeah.
Like, I just blend in now.
So it's just funny to me, like talking about teams that worked you out and things like how different your life can be based on the decision of someone else that you have no control over.
So
and it worked out great,
yeah, it did, and like
you're still here.
why I said it, like, I don't really, like, it's good for some people, you know, but for me, in the position I was in, I was trying to move up to pass LeVar Arrington, to pass Brian Urlacher. I ran a 4.4. I jumped to 39. I did everything you were supposed to do, and it just was what it was. So that's why, you know, you make the most of it when you get drafted. You can't put all of your eggs in, where I get drafted, because you have no control over that. The only thing you control is your pre-draft process. Then after that, you get drafted, then you show them who you are when you get there.
It's crazy. You know, just coming out of college, like, it's such a different world for an athlete because you don't choose where you go in a lot of cases. Whereas, like, me, I can, there's a job open in Nashville. Let me go do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
then,
I get to choose.
And then it's frustrating. I didn't start until my third year.
That's
so
right.
then you get here, you get to play a little bit. You make some plays here and there when you get in, but it's like
that would never happen now.
You see your peers out there on Sports Center, and I'm like, damn, I scrub, like, you know what I mean? So to keep having that confidence, to know that, like, you're that guy, or however you feel, an individual feels about. I like knew I was that guy, but
you
I
never
just
got
need a
down on
chance.
yourself.
Not that far.
Yeah.
You know,
Why did it take 3 years?
ask Jeff.
That would not happen now with the first year contracts.
No.
Those 4-year contracts, they want to maximize that thing.
Man, yeah.
Which is why Cam Ward will start from day one. NFL Draft Week is going on. Keith Bulluck in studio. More next. 3HL 105.